let's really get it. Let's really get it in. So now we're about to head into the final word. I want to hear everybody's final thoughts. Put it all out on the table. We did a lot of talking. We talked about a lot of subjects. We covered our main points. So I want to see how you're really feeling, what your really mind is at. We heard everybody's opinion. So I want to start with Aisha, because you're new to the panel. So tell me what your final word is.
My final word is Dwayne Wade is gay, and he wanted his son to be a woman because he always wanted to be a woman. So that's how he living. And we know that's a fact. But no, you shouldn't let your kids change their sex because they really have no idea what they want at 12 years old. Let them become an adult and make that decision for themselves. That's my word on that.
Agreed.
Okay. Brittany?
I concur. I believe that kids, they always change their mind every other day about what they like, what they don't like, who they friends, who not they friends. You know, I just think, I believe that they should not be able to have the decision to transition at a young age because they're still developing. They're still trying to figure out who they are. They're still discovering new things, exposure to a lot of stuff. So they shouldn't be able to do that. And then it's a lot changing procedure. So to do that at such a young age and confuse yourself, I think that it should happen when you're much more mature. And then hopefully maybe, you might not be gay, you might not be queer, you might not be thinking you outside your body and all that other type of stuff. So it's that should be done. And then, black man love black man.
All right. I'm going to send it over to Josh. Josh, what's your final word?
Brittany, I'm on your ass. No, I concur. No, I concur with Aisha. I concur with Brittany. At the end of the day, I bring it back home. And like I tell people all the time, this whole transgender thing and this whole issue, it even ties over to the subjects that we were talking about, like as far as the men being in the household and so on and so forth.
Yep.
There's an ultimate agenda for this. And this ultimate agenda, while they are letting children do all this crazy shit and keeping black men out of the homes, is because they're going to usher it in. I've seen videos out there already. They're going to legalize pedophilia.
Yes.
That's what all this is about. There are a lot of rich people with a lot of money. They got to do it slowly. I tell people all the time, your government is like a slow crock pot, man. They're not going to come through the sky like Independence Day. They're going to come in the back door. And
like Jeffrey,
yeah, they're going to come like Independence Day. Aliens came and blew up everything all out in the front. Government don't do that. The government comes in the back door very quietly, and they take over quiet because that's just the way it is. And what we need to do as black men, we need to stop being pressured by social media. We need to stop being pressured by schools and government. Nobody should be allowed in your home telling you how to be a real man to your children.
Exactly.
And your family.
Exactly.
That's where it's at.
Exactly.
That's why I'm single. That's why I'm called asshole. That's why I get death threats on Yahoo Mail and on Facebook and other shit, because I hold the line. I say, no, fuck you. I'm a man. It stops right here. And that's why I fuck with other dudes like that. I don't fuck with no bitch-made dudes, because bitch-made dudes, they not gonna hold the line, and they gonna have you out there looking like the flimsy wrist. And I'm not.
Limp wrist.
So what it comes down to when it comes to children and transgenderism is the man in that household saying, or the man in that family, whether it be a grandfather or uncle or whoever, saying, no, fuck that. We're not gonna have that here, and I'll die for it. But we don't have that anymore. We have a lot of males, but we don't have a lot of real men. Just like we have a lot of females, but not a lot of real women anymore. We need to get back to holding that fucking line and saying, no, fuck you. In my house, it's boy, it's girl. That's it.
And
Bottom
they
line.
plural.
Stop being pressured with the rest of the shit. Don't let.
I thought it was they and them.
There you go. There it is. There
All right.
go.
Brianna, you got something for us?
Hey, like DL Hughley said, when I got pulled over by the police, I told the cop, I'm really a white man in a black man's body. You know what the cop told me? Get both y'all ass the fuck out the car. so in my house, if you want to be identified as they, I'm gonna whoop their ass. And they can get the fuck out of my house if you don't want to do what I told you to do.
All
the
right.
men have to stand up and be leaders in our community. Bottom line.
Brianna, you got something for us?
I was wondering if she had some dinner or something for us.
Come on, bring it home. Bring it home for me, baby. Bring it home for me.
Man, this was deep. So, oh, baby. As a parent, I feel like that's a decision. I'm gonna love my kid either way they go. Like, you know what I mean? You can't, because first of all, the world is already judgmental and already gonna be against them. So as a parent, you gotta be supportive. I'll be supportive, but not at a young age. I feel like your mind, you don't get your mind made up what you want to be. Like you said, we wanted to be doctors and all that when we was little, and look at the shit we do now. Now that ain't got nothing with the drink. So I just, as a parent, if I had a little boy, that's what I'm raising until you get old enough to decide that you want to do something else. If I have a girl, that's what I'm raising. So you get to decide that you're going to be what you want to be when you get 18. Like you said, I'm not, as a mother, I'm not going in the store in the girl section with a little boy. That's not what I had. So that's not what I'm doing. Like I'm not supporting it at that age. You don't know what you want to do. So you sit down, you play with these Legos and these Play-Dohs, and you sit up and shut up. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just, I don't know, the world is just crazy. Like, we didn't have all this. Like, my mom used to tell us we didn't have nerves at 10 and 9. Like, we done talk about they got on their nerves. I got my ass beat because I didn't have none. Like, they got too much opinion and say so, or not saying that you should speak up and, you know what I mean? But just certain shit, you as a parent, you gotta know when to put your foot down and what to allow in your household. And since a motherfucker can't buy their clothes and they don't pay no bills, then you gonna put on boy clothes. If you a boy, you wearing boy clothes. If you a girl, you wearing girl clothes. And when you get 18, like you say, that's considered to be grown. And you do for yourself, then you make that decision, but not at no 9, no 10, no 5, no 6. I'm talking about I don't see no gender. Oh, you got a gender. Do you got balls or do you got?
Go ahead, girl.
She muted herself. All right.
Like I'm not against it, but at a young age, no, it's not happening. Not in my household. It ain't going down, my brother.
I taught you right. I taught you right.
So it's time for the host to speak. And I guess, I'm gonna go last. I believe that the world is in turmoil. I believe that this nation is in turmoil. I feel like that we're going down a road that we can't come back from. We're allowing children to make decisions, and they can't make decisions in any other way, shape, or fashion. They can barely tell whether what color that they like. One day is green, the next day is blue. And we're making decisions for them. We're allowing them, their decisions to influence us to spend our money to change their genders, whether it's surgically, emotionally, mentally, and it's not right. It's not right. When I was coming up, I knew I liked girls. I knew I wanted to go take that girl in the backyard and kiss her, feel all up on her booty and touching her chest when she ain't had no breasts. I knew I wanted to do all of that. I knew I did. I knew I wanted to mess with that girl cousin too. So I took her in the backyard too. I knew I wanted to do all that. But now we're letting these kids look at things that influence them on social media. We letting them look at gay situations on social media that is influencing their decisions. We're letting them look at pornographic videos, whether it's soft porn or whatever, whether it's in a cartoon or is it not, that is going to influence their decisions to make them feel like they want to be this or they want to be that, and they feel like they're going to be accepted this way. I'm going to be accepted gay. I'm going to be accepted as a transgender. We are allowing all of that stuff to happen because certain people are not monitoring what their kids are doing. You're not monitoring what they see on social media because you can't monitor what they see on social media because you could go and look at their page, but then they got a lock on their phone. Or they're blocking you from seeing all the things they do because you're monitoring their phone from a distance. We're losing our kids to the world and not reining them in. When we were younger, we didn't have access to the world. We had the access to the blocks that we lived between. I was between 10 blocks. All I knew was Wyoming and Myers. I knew nothing beyond there. That's it. You went anything past that way, you were in trouble. You better be home for them street lights.
Facts.
Right now, you got to call your kids on your phone. Hey, where you at? I got you on the GPS. Where you
No
at?
doubt, no doubt.
You know, there's too much out here, and we're losing our kids. We're losing them to societal norms, and we're not setting the standard. Josh, you're right. We're not holding the line as Black men and women with our kids. We're allowing the world to push them in a direction that we don't want them to go, and we don't agree with it, but we also see it at the last minute. We see it at the last minute, and then we have an attitude to say, hold on, wait a minute, when did this happen? Oh, I always knew since I was a young kid. Well, I ain't never seen it. But then it's out there right in front of our face, and we just sitting there like, wait. You went and touched some, you went and put your tongue in some guys. You went and licked some girls. A girl kissed you when? A guy came in? No. And in some situations, it may be in Boy Scouts, it may be in Girl Scouts, it may be in basketball camp, it may be over in tennis camp. We don't know because we're not having these conversations with our kids and say, hey, if a guy try to walk up on you and you a boy, you need to tell them to back. We're not telling these young girls, hey, if a girl try to come up on you and try to be all nice and friendly and put her hands all up on you, hey, you need to tell them to maintain their 3 feet. We're not doing that. Is they even teaching stranger danger anymore, or everybody trying to be kumbaya fucking ya? We're not holding the line anymore. We're not reining it in anymore. We're kind of just throwing the cast out to the pond, and we just kind of just letting it go out there and see what we catch. And then when we bring it back, we like, dang, I didn't know you was gay. Oh, I didn't know you was a lesbian. I didn't know you like wearing girl clothes. We don't know. Until we can insert, huh?
I just like wearing basketball shorts because they're comfortable. I like wearing my man.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm done with my rant. This is Skip the Formalities. We air every Thursday, 6 p.m. This was the panel. We got Josh, we got Brianna, we got Brittany, we got Aisha. We missing one party, but they'll be here next time. This is John Jay, and we signing out.
Peace.